Oh, hey, didn't see you there. Now, yes, I know that this was not at all intentional, but this is how we're doing it. This episode I am reviewing is based around the sport. A certain sport that I'm a pretty big fan of, I want to say. I mean, it's literally the back of my chair. So, yeah, today, ladies and gentlemen, we are talking football. Oh, and if you didn't notice back there, yeah, I got the boy, Brian Westbrook, hanging on my wall. So, yeah, we're going to do it like this today, rather than just showing Sonic on this side. And as you can see, I'm trying to be a cool guy, much like Josh is trying to be cool in this episode, or the coolest, if you will. Now, look, I had not planned for this episode to be literally the day right before the Wildcard weekend kicks off. But it's how it happened. I've been going through these episodes in order, and apparently today is the last day before the Wildcard, so I'm repping my Eagles gear, my old-fashioned Eagles gear. Hint the little logo down there. That's not the one from current day. And I'm going to try and be a cool guy as I review the coolest of episodes. Yeah, I know, sorry, this episode's a lot of machismo and bad puns. I know. But I think you'll still enjoy it, so let's talk about it. What's up, what's happening, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Animation Station, your number one station for animation, including TV and movies, and the brothers that bicker and argue. I'm your host, Jackson Small. Welcome back to Drake and Josh-uary 2. Welcome to our special unplanned Wildcard Weekend NFL special with Season 2, Episode 4 of Drake and Josh, titled Football. It's an episode where Josh tries to join the football team to be cool in the eyes of his brother Drake after he embarrasses him in front of a cheerleader for trying to do a magic trick and breaking an egg all over her hand. And he ends up becoming the equipment manager instead. And then he's told by the coach to make brownies. He starts making brownies. Drake keeps ridiculing him for doing all this stuff, saying that he works for the team, he's not part of the team. And due to Megan's sabotage, putting soil in the brownies, causing Witherspoon to throw up, the coach makes Josh play center against Lincoln, who he says himself is the toughest team in the state. In other words, he's playing the equivalent of the Georgia Bulldogs. So, because of that, Drake tries to come up with a plan to help Josh be cool, while also not be absolutely murdered. So, they come up with the plan to get Zeke Braxton, the former football player turned school janitor, to play in Josh's place. And after some funny interactions regarding his memory loss, they get everything set up, and it looks like everything worked out because Zeke goes out there for Josh, and then he gets concussed again, which somehow brings his memory back. And the coach is about to forfeit. Sad that he's not going to get that used karaoke machine from his boss. So, with that, and seeing that his team is on the line now, Josh suits up again, goes back out there, and also gets a concussion. But in the most hilarious of circumstances, he got hit so hard by one of Lincoln's defensive people that he got hit 20 yards into the end zone and scored the game-winning touchdown. And then Josh pulls an egg out of Drake's ear using his magic, and then he falls asleep from his concussion, aka he loses consciousness. So, after that, and Drake at first tries to wake him up by doing the hand thing, but then he sees a cheerleader and walks off because he's Drake and he has a thing for hot girls. So, yeah, that's pretty much the episode as plainly as I can put it. And it's a pretty good episode. It's a very enjoyable, fun episode. But the second act is a bit rushed with Josh having to play center. and nobody recognizing Zeke, yeah, that is a little unbelievable. It doesn't add up, because Zeke is taller than Josh, Zeke isn't as wide as Josh, yet it works, because this is a realistic show that's also kind of running off cartoon logic. Hence the getting knocked back 20 yards into the end zone. Like, that's never going to happen in real life football, no matter how hard you hit a guy. So, I mean, unless you're Jordan Davis and you just carry your opponent to the end zone. I'm sorry, that highlight will just never not be funny. So, here's my final thoughts on the episode. I hope you enjoy. I promised me reviewing this particular episode right before NFL Wildcard Weekend was not intentional, but this ended up becoming a Wildcard special anyway. With that out of the way though, this is yet another great episode of the show. Josh's arc is great, Drake has some pretty funny lines, like, "Good job, Josh, you just made a cheerleader disappear." The plot is great, the dialogue's hilarious, the new characters like Zeke Braxton and the coach are absolutely hilarious. The ending shows some excellent character development for Josh as he goes out there for his team, and the pacing is fantastic. However, the second half, act whatever, is a bit rushed, and nobody recognizing Zeke and Josh's pads doesn't really add up speaking logically. But again, sitcom running off of cartoon logic. Overall, though, it's a fun time, and if you enjoy sports episodes of any show, you'll really like this one. It's definitely a touchdown. Final verdict is an 8 out of 10. Check this episode out if you haven't already, and enjoy Wildcard Weekend. I'll see you guys whenever I see you next. Go Birds!
Lesson I will soon forget, so listen and you won't regret. Be true to yourself, don't miss your chance, and you won't end up like the fool who ripped his pants.